Americans living in Israel had their last chance to vote on Sunday night as the last debate between representatives of Republicans and Democrats abroad Israel was hosted by iVoteIsrael in the AACI Center in Jerusalem. Moderated by Jerusalem Post Deputy Managing Editor Tova Lazaroff, the debate between Republican Abraham Katzman and Democrat Hillel Shenker focused on the main issues on the Israeli agenda: the Iranian nuclear threat, and the Israeli-Palestinian borders.
How do both parties regard a return to the 1967 borders?
The international consensus says that the official, what is acknowledged as the Israeli borders is the 1967 borders. That will be the basis for negotiations if we want to have a two-state solution, a viable two-state solution, which will be secure in long-range terms.
Romney's position is that the sides should sit down and talk about it and negotiate themselves, and that there should not be any formula imposed by the United States. They will support Israel. Israel is an ally. They will back Israel. If Israel wants to withdraw to the 67 borders, they'll back them. If Israel doesn't want to, they'll certainly take all that into account. But I think that it's a matter of understanding that Israel understands Israel's security needs better than President Obama does.
While Katzman called for less U.S. involvement on the issue of Israeli-Palestinian conflict, he criticized the lack of intervention in stopping Iran's nuclear program.
The idea of laying out, saying that we won't allow Iran to get a nuclear weapon is not much of a red line. Governor Romney has agreed with what I think is a more cautious approach, which is don't let Iran get nuclear weapons capability. And that's a big difference. If they are, we're not a whole lot safer if they're one screw turn away from assembling a nuclear bomb, but because they don't actually have the weapon, then we're not going to do anything about it.
Shenker, on the other hand, supported continuing the line of diplomacy over military action.
President Obama has said very clearly that the bottom line of American policy is to prevent Iran from achieving a nuclear weapons potential. It is clear that everyone would prefer military action to be a last resort. The American people is tired of a series of wars in the greater Middle East. It does not want to get involved in Iran. And the truth is also here, we know that all of the current and former senior security figures say that we should first try diplomacy, and if there's going to be military action as a last option, it should be coordinated with the United States.
During the final presidential debate before the November 6 elections, both Barack Obama and Mitt Romney repeatedly stressed their support for Israel and their intention never to let Iran acquire nuclear weapons.